Hello, friends. Welcome, or thank you for sticking around. But either way, this is Final Fantasy I, the Pixel Remaster Tournament. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have fun with Ed. Hi, Ed.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, and doesn't get much more hype in the group play than this matchup with Thunderclaude, former world record holder in this category, and ShaneZell, the NES No RNG Manip world record holder. So we have two people here who really know this game.
Yeah, I mean, both of these runners have pretty much an encyclopedic knowledge of FF1 in a lot of its forms. So I'm excited to see how this race turns out.
They know how to bring it. Chat,
Oh,
hope
shit.
you're
We're getting ready
ready
to
to
go.
go for a good time here. And of course, we get to start off with a nice dramatic couple-minute cutscene. But that's just the way.
Oh, baby.
Unfortunately, they
Man,
didn't
it's
get
been a
into
while since I
something
played
else
this.
scene yet.
So yeah, just a quick review of the story. You know, the elements are all out of balance. Something's going on in the Chaos Shrine. You know, the usual sorts of things.
I was trying to figure out if Thunder's mic is live, actually.
I thought I heard a live mic too.
So yeah, we have to get through this before we can actually get into the game proper, but you know it's coming as soon as you click the start button. And hopefully one day they'll give us a patch with skip cuts, but we can hope. So this is only the second game proper of group play. The other one started earlier tonight, so we are very early in the goings. Everyone's split up into two groups, and you play everybody in your group. So this is the first game out for both of these runners.
Yeah, and you know, given the pedigree of both of the runners, this one will be pivotal for I guess setting the tone for the group for the rest of the way.
Oh, hell yeah, muscle memory.
Okay, gonna switch our audio over here to ShaneZell. ShaneZell also likes to do a bunch of challenge runs when he hasn't done enough complication just chasing PBs. So recently did 4 white mages in this game.
Yeah, unlike the NES version, you have to talk to the king. There's no way around it.
Little optional in how you do it. You can actually come in and talk to him first, but then you'd have to walk upstairs. And who wants to do that?
Nobody's got time for that.
Alright, just a quick second there while I made sure we were capturing the full gameplay. Got the technical hiccups to get clear. 4 Thunders on Garland is the most surefire way to kill him nice and easy, so that's what we do.
Yeah, you definitely lean on magic quite a bit in this game. It's kind of like until the very end of the game when the rocket booster can finally detach. Your mages are going to be providing most of the power up until I would say 3/4 of the game.
Yeah, thereabouts. And you could use a fighter and get past the bosses. The trouble is, you still got the end game to get through. And much the same with the monk. He can be useful earlier, but not really needed until the final bosses, so we just kind of put it off and use the magic anyways. This is a game that was theoretically built for you to beat it with any combination of party, so there's still that.
Yeah, I mean, you can beat this game even with a single thief.
I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm sure it's happened.
Oh, yeah, neither would I. Alright, so time for another cutscene, but fortunately this one is a bridge.
And they fixed the lazy bridge builder, so if you know this scene from the PSP, there's that one guy who doesn't speed up when everybody else speeds up, but he's now in time and keeping up his part. They even fixed that bug with the Pixel Remaster. Destination Provoca, and there's going to be a few fights along the way. There's also one more long cutscene coming up. After that, they're not bad, but just this beginning is kind of loaded because you've got the opening scene, you've got the dialogue with the king, you've got getting the rewards after the princess, you got the bridge building, and then you have the bridge scene.
It's no worse than Final Fantasy V. People still run that.
You know, the one Pixel Remaster I haven't beaten yet because there was 11 minutes of gameplay in the first hour. I timed it because it's like this was just driving me crazy. So yeah, our destination is Provoca to carry on the game. There's going to be several encounters along the way. We can beat one of them easily, two of them okay, three of them are sort of a pain. So there's a variety of ways you can do this, but more than anything, we want money. There's a lot to buy. I don't know if you know this, Edge, but spells are expensive.
Yeah, I've heard, but I mean, given their utility, they're worth every penny. It's just getting there is the difficult part.
There are some divergent strats that we may see come into play with Provoca in that you can buy temper early when you get there so you don't have to make the return trip because it's cheap enough. Others will save every bit of gold that they can for Elfland because we need it and come back later with the airship. Right now, though, it's all preparation for Marsh Cave. I don't know if you know this, Edge, but Marsh Cave is not a friendly place.
No, it really isn't. And I mean, the original NES guide told you to bring 99 heal potions. It's mean down there.
Ooh, Black Mage down, that's not a good start. I guess ShaneZell's just gonna wait until Provoca to revive, but that's not fun, losing one, especially this early.
Yeah, it really messes up the experience curve that you're planning for. So it's going to be a night at the Improv for ShaneZell, but he's a good runner.
Yeah, you want level 8 or 9 pretty soon, like definitely before Astos soon. So you can make that part up pretty easily. However, the money for the reviving is an absolute pain in the neck. Thunderclaude is going to buy the tempers now. And so will ShaneZell. Then it's pirate time. They got buffed a little bit, but they're still pretty well pushovers. Ooh, didn't stay at the inn and Black Mage down again.
Yeah, that's no good.
Well, you can melee this fight for sure. It's just a whole lot easier when a Black Mage is one-shotting enemies with Thunder, which is what Thunderclaude is doing. We got a drop on the fight, too.
Yeah, made quick work of the pirates. Pretty good so far for Thunder.
So Destination Elfland and the Thunder spell, which is going to get a lot of work for us the rest of the game. Or at least the next 45 minutes of it. Thunderclaude's going to be a little selective. Obviously, you can beat this fight with the Sahagins, but they're annoying. And you'd rather fight Buccaneers if they'll show up.
Yeah, this formation is a lot of empty calories. You have to be judicious in what fights you pick. So, ShaneZell definitely going for these Buccaneers, and a group of 4 also way easier to kill than a group of 6 who can paralyze you.
One of the earliest aspects of RNG is the HP rules of the Black Mages, so that's something the runners are definitely conscious of, and they'll be watching that especially after level 6.
Oh, this is kind of gross. Thunder running into a 9-pack ambush.
This is right outside the Canary dock, though, so it's going to be really easy to recover from anything. Nice cheap inn, nice cheap clinic for reviving. I think we still call it the clinic.
Yeah, I mean, when every penny counts, you might as well just go back to Canaria. Could potentially save you a fight because Elfland gets real pricey for Elfheim.
Now, interesting thing, Thunderclaude got the drop off the Pirate Pike, which was a leather shield. Normally you'd never pick that up, but it has a nice effect in the remix of causing a parry option, where the shield will just block the hit altogether. It's different than just evasion missing. So there's actually a benefit to having that, particularly this early in the game. So we need to get to Elfland, and we need to get there with over 1,000 gold, preferably 2,000. And ShaneZell's going to be the first to get to that black magic shop and get our first AoE spell. Now you can clear the deck with things. Ooh, Ogre too.
Yeah, Ogre is definitely one of the more lucrative enemies you can run into at the start. So, be pretty quick work of this group with one cast.
Yeah, Thunder, they're not weak to it, but they're not resisting it either, so that works out quite well for us.
Oh, preemptive on this too.
Sadly, it just doesn't mean what it does in other versions, but sure.
Yeah.
As they all get to attack before me. Oh, he was out of Thunder Charges anyways.
Yeah.
So probably a good time to mention that they're not making any particular effort to save because there's a lot of auto-saves going on in the background. As long as you don't close the game. And unfortunately, no soft reset either. Thunderclaude is also here. Elfin has gotten the Thunder Spell. Thundar, or whatever it's technically called. It's lit too, we all know it. Sell off the stuff you don't need, buy some potions, buy some antidotes, because how many do you need for Marsh Cave? Yes.
Yeah, as many as you can get your hands on. It's just every time you think you have the risk mitigation figured out in your head, Marsh Cave will prove you wrong.
Yeah, that second Black Mage does not have great HP for Marsh Cave at all. Keep in mind, just running around with the clothes that you start the game with right now.
Yeah, like a back row hit from a gargoyle or a scorpion is just gonna obliterate that poor mage.
There's no revives either, so we need Deathless Marsh Cave. Thunderclaude is here, ShaneZell's on the way.
Yeah, a lot of these encounters in this dungeon are just not really good for leveling either, and you need to save that Thundara charge for the pack of enemies hanging out in front of the crown.
This is probably going to be a reset for ShaneZell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
forced.
is, yeah.
This
that's a
just
wipe.
put him back at Elfland if he didn't save on the overworld. So it's not a huge loss from where he was.
Yeah, Thunder picking up a Phoenix down, probably a good idea, especially in this dungeon. And yeah, the Crawl's doing what Crawls do and paralyzing the lead character.
There's also a copper bracelet over here. I don't think everybody is picking it up, but I like to.
Yeah, it's a nice safety for sure. And yeah, we just saw Thunder parry an attack with that shield, so small
Yes, that's
payoffs.
one less hit that you took and one less chance that you got poisoned. Both runners in Marsh Cave now. Oh, welcome to Marsh Cave. Here's a crawl.
Oh god, yeah, ambushed and back row crit. Yeah, this is a little dicey for Thunder right now.
Yeah, you
This
can't
is
stop
just a
the
wipe.
reset, so it's actually faster to die.
Yeah.
But all he needs is some turn order to get one Thunder off, and it'll usually kill everything.
Yeah, fortunately the autosave puts you right at the chest, so...
That's not an auto, that's a quick.
Oh, that
Auto
was a
is
quick?
gonna be
Okay.
on the stair transitions.
Gotcha.
The
Alright.
quick saves you can do anywhere, including the overworld, and that's basically the only slot that our runners are going to deal with. Losing the black belt on that fight doesn't feel great, but it's not reset worthy. Two reasons it's unfortunate. One, you lose the Phoenix down before Astos. And two, that's actually one of the best experience fights that you get this early. And you need every level that you can get on the Black Mage. I know that sounds weird to think of the four uh, wizards, Pisca Demons is good experience, but this came up for me in a different version of the challenge run, so when you don't have access to Peninsula Power, it's definitely the best experience available on a trap tile.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even get that Melmond overlap either, where you can occasionally run into green ogres.
I think there's just some chance around Dwarf Cave, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. It's happened before, it'll happen again. So first round matchup for both of these two. And I think these are the top two. I'm expecting to beat me by the widest margin when I get to play them. I'm in the same group, looked at these two names, was like, oh great, what did I do to myself here?
You just signed up for a lot more commentary. Black Mage down on Thunder's side, so...
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was saying, to lose that Phoenix down before Astos feels really bad, because now you're going in there, and you're gonna need more than the 2 rounds of Thunder for sure. So this has to be a 3-round fight minimum.
Yeah, this is a fight where things can go wrong very quickly. And
also burning that cabin is unfortunate because it's a good chunk of gold that I would much prefer to sell it. And opening was slow, just to make sure your melee damage is as absolutely bad as possible. Okay, this is a reset.
yeah, that's try again.
So, this is a good example of why you don't want to have to do this. I think he started that at 31 or 32. Let's call it 32. And how long does it actually take to get the game back in? But your bigger concern is Steam being unstable when you close the window out. So
Yeah.
whenever possible, die in the battle instead of closing the game. We're going to have a runner high five on this Astos fight. Hey, another shield parry, and this time Astos not opening with the slow, lets Thunderclaude get the temper in. ShaneZell is probably going to nuke it from outer space with Thunders. I'm wrong, he's going to go for tempers. Astos is always me, yeah. Astos is always me.
Yeah, Astos is a big old jerk, but this one's in the books for Thunder.
Second try is not bad. If you get through Astos in 3 tries, I've always figured that as average. 3 tries is average, better than that is good, more than that is bad. They are, in fact, both really close to each other. They keep rubber banding. But right now, I like ShaneZell's position in having the extra level on the Black Mage and not having to revive one. The money is really tight until we're done with Earth Cave. So right now, I don't think either one of them will buy haste because it's really expensive. But you're gonna need a lot of items to get through Earth Cave, heals, and ethers. You're going to need the Fireaga, I don't know, spell out of Melmond, and you're going. Ideally, you'd like to buy silver bracelets. Yeah, silver bracelets there as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty substantial shopping list, but you know, money is definitely easier to come by when you hit Melmond area. So
There's also a lot of room here for safety strats in a race in that you can buy more items. Thunderclaude is running this pretty lean and mean right now. He's going more in those PB world record strats that he's used to. But if you go into Earth Cave with 4 Phoenix Downs and 20 Ethers, you feel a lot better about your ability to kill things.
now I didn't see. Did anyone pick up any gold needles?
Thunder should have when he was in the store. ShaneZell is most likely going to do that after the Mystic Key. Because a whole bunch of money is coming with the Mystic Key.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, they fortunately made it not as rare, and you're able to get it from any of the item shops. So typically, I think most people are going to pick it up in Corneria after they loot the treasury there. Those little things they did with the game, and I don't think you consciously realize it when you're playing it casually. The thing everybody knows about Melmond is there's no clinic because vampire is the storyline reason. But for whatever reason, they also decided not to put an item shop in Melmond. That one I think was just the game devs being jerks.
Yeah, it just seems like they wanted to emphasize that Melmond is not in good shape right now.
Couple freebie potions there. Money really is tight enough, I think it's worth picking them up. It's not much, but it's a couple that you don't need to buy. So, what are we doing storyline at this point?
So storyline at this point, we are doing the relay race to turn in all of these items. So give Matoya the crystal, get the Jolt tonic to wake up the Elf Prince to get the Mystic Key, and then crack open a ton of chests to get TNT to blow up the canal so you can finally reach the outer sea. So right now, this is real fetch quest hours.
More Buccaneers, they're still going to feel really good this early in the game. So world record will be is somewhere around 140 right now. I don't think in general we're going to see things that good because you've got to play through a lot of bad starts. Keeping in mind that if you were really PB hunting / world record chasing, you would have restarted the run as soon as a character died. so ShaneZell is going to spend some of the extra money on the haste now. And that theoretically makes it so you don't have to come back later.
Yeah, double dipping adds an absolute ton of time. Anywhere you can route that out, you pretty much have to do it.
Elsewise, you would do it right after the airship, which doesn't stink, because then you just fly south to the Cardia Islands. So it's not awful, but theoretically faster to pick up the haste now. So we get some vendor trash here, and we get the nitro powder. It's dynamite. And then here you get the Canaria item shop where you can sell off all the stuff you grabbed with the Mystic Key, maximize your money, and then this is a good spot to buy all your items for Earth Cave.
Yeah, just basically walking into the item shop, dumping a bunch of stuff on the counter, and asking, "What can I get for this?"
And you need those items to stretch pretty far. So basically, we're talking about whatever you buy here is your entire inventory of items for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, you've got to get some decent mileage out of this, so better to overbuy, really. You absolutely do not want to lose a run just because you're a few potions short.
I got to lose one earlier when I was practicing because I didn't have enough ethers for Lich. Tried to kill too many things along the way. Biggest thing we're aiming for now is to have enough charges of that fire spell to kill Lich when we get there.
Yeah, and it's really important to take care of Lich straight away because that second tier ice spell is no fun.
Well, the other race earlier we were talking about speed runs and imagine a bus, and I said imagine a bus named Lich. Because that's pretty much what it feels like. It feels like Lich is a bus running over you multiple times. Meanwhile, Nerys likes blowing things up. Don't know if you do that about him.
Yeah, Narek also likes ignoring safety instructions in the workplace.
You're not his supervisor.
All I'm saying is he will be mentioned quite often in the new training video that's coming out.
So Derek gives us our canal and the ability to sail out into the world, and also there's this big old room here with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this is basically the treasure vault. So, time to just clean this out.
Very good chunk of cash available here when you sell stuff, and we need every bit of it when we get to Melmond. So I believe Ray Dwarf is nerfed to say lolly ho, unfortunately. Or ogres never hurt, although we're kinda at the end of their usefulness. How about the fact we're 34 minutes in, the runners are this close to each other?
Yeah, it's been seesawing back and forth, and no, it's nice to see nobody has really gotten hit with, either real bad runs of luck or real good runs of luck. So hopefully it stays this close the entire way.
Now we're gotta watch something really critical for the next few minutes, which is the Black Mage HP. Right now, if we were to go fight Lich, it would be absolute death, no question. Runners are gonna want to be over 140 and preferably higher. So you still sell stuff, you get the fire spell. That does nice things to undead enemies. So what's your favorite thing about the Pixel Remaster, and why is it diagonal walking?
I mean, that's pretty nice, but also just the some of the music is actually really nice too. Like, I really like the sad remix of the castle theme that you see in Ordeals and Northwest Castle.
Nice. Also, Slim Chance here, and ShaneZell didn't get it. There's a chance that those enemies will drop an X potion, and it's always really sweet when you can get that. But for whatever chance the Tigers have, I haven't actually seen them drop it for anyone yet. So Earth Cave, first 2 floors are nothing all that special, but then you get to floor 3. I've long nicknamed it the floor of frustration. I don't know if you do that one.
Oh yeah, for me that is the absolute health floor. It's no fun. There's just a lot between the unrunnables and the status effects. It's no fun.
The good news, however, is they're all runnable in this version. That's another sweet change we got. But the status we're going to have to make particular use of and see if the enemies cooperate.
Yeah, because this game perfectly illustrates that you can't get blood from the stone, right?
Isn't it more stone from the blood? Because we get the ruby after?
No, but you can't hurt a statue.
Alright, floor 3, we start off with the most boring encounter of the game. This one will put you to sleep.
Yeah, nothing like old map touch, but they're pretty good for on experience and money, so worth killing.
First enemy here is the Piscademons, who show up just to prove it. Already menuing there to heal. I like going ahead and grabbing the quick save while you're at it. Not generally a thing you regret having an extra quick save. right now, our runners are hunting the jerk birds, but we've not found them yet. You can get them after the vampire too, but runners are not going to leave before they're getting into a fight with jerk birds.
Yeah, three Grogers though, pretty nice to run into. Just gotta top everybody off though.
This is one of the other big changes about the Pixel Remaster is, in any other version, that would be the maximum number of enemies for this fight. However, they decided, why not more? I'm not even sure what the maximum you can get is now, but you can get some very large packs of these large enemies too. Actually, I think what they did is they made all of the maxes 9, and it just disregards the giant sprite impact of that now. So I mentioned the Black Mage HP. ShaneZell's numbers are decent. Thunderclaude's are not.
Yeah, those black mages needed to have rolled a little bit better in the HP department. Not looking so good.
I mentioned before that runners would reset on deaths. They will reset on mage HP in terms of world record runs because, again, we're fine for everything we're going to fight between now and Lich, but that's not going to survive one spell from Lich is the problem. That causes Thunder to do the reset thing, and again, no soft reset, so what he has to do is close the Steam client out completely and relaunch the game. And that's at least 10 seconds. Yeah, I don't think he can take a death here for a couple of reasons. One, he needs the experience. And two, he ran really lean on the item purchases, so I don't think Thunderclaude feels like he's got enough Phoenix Downs to really take the extra deaths. And it's not like he can just walk back to Melmond either.
Alright, turn order definitely better on that one. So
When in doubt, kill it with fire. That gets the job done. Hopefully a little better HP now. We'll see in the next fight. That's not good.
no, that is the exact opposite of what you're looking for.
Well, basically, what Thunder's gonna have to do now is get more levels. And I think that's why he's queued up this way to blast the Thunders out as much as possible.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to use every charge on the way out.
And also, he is still looking for the Jerkbird fight, because we need statues, which will be more clear once we have them. Hey, there you go, the extra ogres.
Oh, excuse me. Yep.
So that was 6 there. Like I said, I think what they just did was take away the limitation of numbers for the giant-sized sprites. Because on the NES you could only have 4 of them, and thereafter the convention just stuck. Until they did the Pixel Remaster and said, we don't really need to do that anymore. Okay, I didn't think about this, but it does make sense. Thunderclaude actually doesn't need to do the statue thing until he's on the way to Lich. He just needs to do it before Lich, and it's still fine. We come to the Titan's cave, where the Titan is hanging out, and he says you shall not pass unless you pay the appropriate bribe. 1 ruby later, we're on our way.
Yeah, get those emeralds and sapphires out of here. Ruby is where it's at.
This is a fight I don't think Thunderclaude would normally take, that extra ogre fight. That looks to me like that's him hunting the extra levels now. And that's just an unfortunate thing that the RNG did to him. Although the one black mage is looking okay now. There's some strong level ups that are guaranteed in there. I don't know which all they are other than level 6, but when you cross a threshold, you'll get a definite boost.
Yeah, the NES version had them. It was almost every other level, but I don't know what they are in this version.
Well, the sage who claims to want to help save the world, just, you know, not in the active doing anything sense, finally gives us the earth rod after we come all the way over and demand it. I don't think he really wanted to help us.
No, I mean, he just got Netflix. All that stuff he's gotta catch up on.
Maybe it's just he didn't want to help Melmoth. I mean, he went to a lot of trouble to get away from it. The Tigers again. Slim chance of the X potion. No. And another chance. So, a big part of the end game boss requires us to have some complete heals available, and these lesser tigers happen to have a chance of dropping a complete heal item. So typically you'll see runners fight them whenever they can, and I think he just got one. He did! Theoretically, on a world record attempt, you would use that to skip a pickup later. I think in a race strat, you just use that as a very nice backup extra heal.
Yeah, because Chaos can be really mean, and depending on the pattern that you get, you might just not have enough full heals in the tank.
Well, that extra leveling has paid off for Thunderclaude. Now both of the black mages are over 130, and it was not that long ago. They were a lot closer to 100. So a little unusual that neither one of them picked up the Jerkbird fight the first time through. I think on average you will see that because you're walking all the way to the vampire and back. Here we go, Floor of Frustration once again. Not the only place you can pick up the Jerkbirds, though. They will appear on the next floor as well. That's the other reason Thunderclaude was pretty generous about the spellcasts, was having the overworld healing items with the 10 to restore the MP. Hence, we'll give you back 2 per level. Bats are jerks. Don't know if you do that.
I had an inkling.
They will move out of the way, but where they stand has this habit of really blocking our pattern where we like kind of want to move diagonal, and then they force us into the wall behind them because of how it worked. This is quite the surplus of ogres, by the way. This is higher than usual, and they're both seeing it. I said earlier that ogres weren't that useful anymore. Well, that was 1 to 2 ogres, not 5 to 7 ogres.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you have the opportunity to kill like 7 large enemies at once, it's pretty nice because your large AoE spells do not discriminate.
Okay, here's our jerk birds. This is a big moment. So what ShaneZell is going to try and do is get these birds to turn his top 2 characters into statues. Right now, they're not doing a very good job of it. Hey, there's one. And it already showed off what they could do, because they can target those enemies who are stoned, and nothing happens. It's great.
Oop, that's it's not the one you want targeted.
It's not so great when they do it to one of the black mages, but that's why you come in here with a couple of gold needles to spare.
Oh! Oh no!
I don't think he did a safety quick save either, so this is probably back to the start of the floor. Oh, he did. Okay.
Oh, that feels pretty awful.
Wait, I really hope this isn't his vampire quick save. So there's auto saves and there's quick saves. I really hope this isn't his vampire. Now the HP is too good.
Yeah.
Because they could easily... Well, and he would have had the quick vampire quick save before the vampire. So there's that, too. You know, logic. The important... Well, so... That's the unlucky part of that, is because we really need those top 2 characters on this strat to get turned into statues there, so that's one of the risks you're just having to take. I don't remember if there's a chance for them to show up on the last floor, but I don't think it's worth it to chase them there anyway, so you're probably going to hang out here by the staircase to get them again. Or not. What do I know? Or is he just going to go for... Yeah. Is he just going to go for Lich?
Falling behind, just gonna take a go for broke strat.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly can do it. Lich would actually be easier with the other party members. The trouble is the next hour after that. I will say that's more convenience save than anything else. A 6-pack of jerk birds is something you ought to be able to do something with. And we've got Lich. Fire spells are out. Lich answers with one of his own. That's why you need all that extra HP. And that's why Thunderclaude farmed the extra levels.
Yeah, without that, Lich just explodes your mages, and it's no good.
And that's a wipe. Lich didn't have much HP left there, but yeah, if he gets your mages down, you almost certainly wiped to the fight.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the most time-consuming wipe there.
Meanwhile, ShaneZell has gotten the setup that we try for here, which is to get the first two characters turned into a statue, which means they can be targeted but not take any damage. And that's a very quick process when it happens. It also cuts down your mentoring in battle. And we're going to get another runner high five on the same battle. Fortunately, sleep didn't do anything there, so it ends up being a free turn. And Lich is down. So another one of those changes that they made was to enemy scripts, where the script does not go in order anymore. So if Lich wants to cast 3 ice spells in a row, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, so Shane arriving with the statue crew. See how this goes.
Takes at least 5 of the fire spells. Slow just is great to have. That's about the best thing he can do.
Yeah,
This should be it.
it's a really friendly pattern.
And there you go. First try for ShaneZell. What a run when Lich cooperates, but the Jerkbirds don't.
Yeah, it's always something on this route. Definitely keeps you on your toes.
Well, Thunderclaude is in completely different territory now. The thing about statues is you don't have to heal them. This you have to heal if you're going to keep those party members alive. The black belt you have to keep alive. The fighter? Question mark, question mark. I don't think there's a good backup strat for getting on statue route, so either Thunderclaude's gonna 4-man this the whole time, or would you Dan the fighter and just use the 3?
You have to get that experience somewhere. So this might just be jettisoning the fighter whenever you can. But I don't know if I saw Thunder didn't go into the menu and unequip any armor, right?
I don't think so. The black belt doesn't really have anything. Fighter probably has that mithril mail giant helm that was looted. Maybe this is just a planned route where it's theoretically safer to run around with the 4 party members instead of the just 2 active. Again, gonna be pretty lean on these items here. A lot of cash saved up for here because there's a lot to get done here. Does bet to have to use fire against the beads though.
A single peed.
It's a freebie anyways though because it was right outside town. And a confused old man hanging out in the park, give us the canoe.
And are we sure that it's safe to put in the river? Well, no. But we're going to do it anyway.
He's an old man. He's supposed to know these things.
I mean, if you're halfway to Ice Cave when the thing sinks, then it's no longer his problem.
Well, also we saw the runners pick up the higher level Thunder spell here, which is going to be pretty important because the river enemies are significantly pick up in their durability, and the earlier Thunder spell won't get it done against them. Chad says, my parents told me not to take candy from strangers, never said anything about canoes. Fair point. So the advantage that ShaneZell has by being en route is the menuing's going to go a lot faster when you're only dealing with 2 party members. For Thunderclaude, the biggest difference should be against bosses if he's going to run 4-man up the whole way. Which I think he is at this point. Yeah, he's still here healing the fighter right now. If he was going to drop the fighter, I would expect him to not do that.
Yeah, I think the train has definitely rolled past the petrification station at this point.
Yeah, there's just no good backup. I can't even really think when the next enemy you would get for that would be.
I mean,
Guy?
right here, but it's like...
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe if they put you back on route, you'd take it, but I don't think it's an active effort now. Yeah, well.
Seems pretty active. If this AoE goes off... Ooh,
Gotta survive, though.
that was heart attack territory right there, but... Alright.
Thunderclaude's back on route. That's probably the game knowledge edge on his part, knowing that those enemies were here when I wasn't thinking about them being here. And so, yeah, no need to rush it in the Earth Cave if you've got this as well.
Yeah, I knew that that group was there. It just feels real bad with like a group of 6 of them. So I think it was kind of a calculated risk on Thunder's part that he was going to be able to get out without um, taking a wipe like Shane did earlier.
But also the fact that he was healing the fighter was enough to throw me off a little bit on what his strategy was. So the main reason for the fighter to be a statue is the chaos fight. And the main reason for the monk to be a statue is because he's really not any good right now. Worth noting, what the ethers do is heal 1 MP per level, so your ideal way of efficiency is use up the MP for each of the levels and then restore them, rather than restoring for just 1 level of MP. Another thing they did with the Pixel Remaster was took away our trap tiles. So this one is actually the first repeatable placed enemy of the game. And it's annoying.
Oh gosh, Thunder dealing with the mages, now dark wizards, but there's just so much unpleasant stuff in this dungeon.
Yeah, the instant death Scourge / Bane. Nothing you can do except hope you survive. Really nice HP going on ShaneZell's side right now.
Yeah, those mages are definitely a lot more durable, and with all the AoEs that get thrown out by the rest of the fiends, it's kind of important to have that durability.
Put this way, that could easily end up being endgame HP on mini runs. So you're quite happy to take good HP this early and hope that it keeps getting better.
Alright, well, now it's time to give the old evil eye.
And it's done. So Thunderclaude gets the floater. Or Levistone, whatever we're calling it. See, I played so many randomizers, I have a habit of calling everything by the NES names.
Same.
Unfortunately, the group of death likes to stun enemies, but with the 2 up there being targetable, the amount of melee hits that your back 2 characters should be taking is very minimal. And then there's Mind Flayers, and they're just awful. Would you like me to kill you or stun you? That's their basic logic.
I mean, at least they give you a choice, right?
No, they decide for you.
Oh, well then.
It's the illusion of choice. Welcome everybody who is coming in from SpeedGaming 4. Hope your evening is going well, as we've got Thunderclaude and ShaneZell making their way out of the ice cave now, having picked up the Levistone, and soon to get an airship. Enemies now have taken a very noticeable uptick in experience, by the way. We don't make a lot of use of it.
Oh yeah, there are definitely some very lucrative groups in the ice cave for sure, but it's also commensurate with their ability to just kill you. So feel like you're being suitably rewarded.
Question in chat, who picked this matchup? Well, we're doing group play, so you're going to play everybody in your group, and that was decided purely by RNG. We threw all the names into a list, shuffled it a few times, and then took odds versus evens, and that's how we got the groups. And then after that, it's up to the runners to schedule their matches, and Thunderclaude and ShaneZell just decided to get this one in this first week, so here we are. Was that a long-winded way of saying yes?
I think so.
Okay, just checking. About to get our airship for Thunderclaude, just gotta get through some riffraff on the way. See, he already got haste and temper, so he isn't gonna double back to any of that. Maybe go ahead and get the Cardia Islands out of the way. If not, then I would assume he's going for the bottle. Well, Nightshade, thank you for joining us. Glad you're enjoying, and hope you enjoy the rest of it, because we still got like half this run to go. Hopefully a quick half, though. Alright, so Thunderclaude is going to go Waterfall first in order to get enough money for the bottle and some purchases when we get over to Gaia. Had to think about which one was which. And ShaneZell going to pick up an airship. Mentioned this earlier, but we've got the autosaves every time you go through one of those stair transitions. So that actually makes this floor one of the worst in the game because it is really, really long without giving you that autosave. There's not a terrible amount of danger, but green dragons do live here.
Yeah, green dragons will just ruin your night. It's just awful. And only gets worse in on the first floor of Temple of Fiends.
Well, that's a whole different kind of awful.
Yeah, even the lobby of the Chaos Casino feels bad.
Alright, Thunderclaude going to be the first down to the room. The only room. Doesn't need a nickname when it's the only room. This is where we get the cube and stuff. Money, particularly. So the robot apparently is on the fritz. And finally, for the first time all game, one of our black mages has a hat. Despite the hats that they're wearing. Those apparently aren't real hats.
I mean, maybe it could be like Team Fortress 2, where you're allowed to have modest pile of hats.
Okay, sure.
I mean, imagine if hats were stackable, right? Like, you could have armor and then the ribbon.
I did make a joke about the gentleman in the race room, but neither of the runners had seen those videos to get the reference. Alright, so finishing waterfall on Thunderclaude's side as ShaneZell is getting to the halfway mark. So there is an awful lot of money available in this waterfall, and it's pretty important to be able to make some upcoming purchases. Rokeby, welcome in, and for how it goes, well, we've seen a bit of rubber banding happening, but right now, biggest difference between the runners is, to me, the HP growth for ShaneZell. Thunderclaude running a little faster right now, but better RNG on those stats for ShaneZell.
Yeah, it was a nice maneuver by Thunder to be able to get the petrification in the ice cave versus the third floor of Earth. And yeah, now time to pick up bottles, sell a bunch of stuff, and get a lot of tonics.
Those giant tonics are really important for the final fight, but of course that's the only place you can buy them, so you better get them here. Hey, didn't I mention green dragons live here? Actually, didn't do as much damage as I expected.
Yeah, it has a pretty wide range, so they can just be absolutely brutal. But I mean, Shane certainly got the HP for it, so.
They're absolutely fantastic experience, though. Question chat, do we worry about the monk HP for Shane? So anywhere over 350 is gonna be fine, and I think the growth's gonna get there pretty good. Now, if we're in Temple of Fiends under 300, yeah. But really, all you're talking about with the Black Belt HP is how many spells of Chaos can you survive. Because the answer on Melee is no. Well, you can't save time in a bottle, but apparently you can save tiny fairies in one. We have rescued the fairy, and Thunderclaude is going to be rewarded with the Oxy Ale.
Oh, we're digging out the Jim Croce references. I like it.
Sure. Nothing wrong with a classic. Thunderclaude on the way to the Sea Shrine. And the blizzard's not bad for a couple of enemies it's going to be able to deal with. Meanwhile, this shop is notable for selling the ruby armlets, which would be gold on the NES, and the pro rings, which are the best arm defense that you're going to be able to buy. Thunderclaude, time to go for a little swim. Here we are in the Sea Shrine. At least I always assumed they were swimming here, you know, with the whole thing about being underwater, but then it kind of looks like the water is pooled alongside the floor, not over the floor, so not sure what to make of that.
Yeah, I think it's just there's some air bubbles. That's really about it.
Well, we got the Axial so that we wouldn't need that.
So that's the trip there.
Those undead love to swing hard, but their HP is not bad if you've got the fire spells.
So yeah, now is gold's not nearly as big a deal at this point, so just time to pick up the items that will help you 100%. Like the diamond armor is pretty nice. Ribbons are pretty great.
Yeah, now the only thing you would want to buy is your final stack of items, and there will be plenty of money for those. That's a little funny because that's the same formation, the same thing that both runners got, but different makeups in it. This is where the experience really starts taking off, so most of our levels for the rest of the game are going to be here, just because there aren't as many fights in Sky. Well, that and the whole the experience takes more with each level thing. And incidentally, that casual little pickup there is the best body armor for either the mages or black belt that you're going to get for the entire game. Yeah, just sitting there for us.
Yeah, the Sea Shrine is just absolutely loaded with good gear. But for speedrun purposes, what we've seen get picked up, that's really about all that you need.
You're going to want 4 things. You're going to want the bracelet, the Rosetta Stone, the Giant's Gloves, and the ribbon. But an EXP Pinata doesn't hurt either. That being the deep eyes.
Yeah, there's a ton of experience to be had on the way through. Gershark Deep Eye formation is pretty tasty. I mean, even 2 white sharks is not bad, but it all depends on who you're prioritizing to get levels at this point.
And when you've got all these ethers, it's pretty easy to just spam the spells to get through everything.
Yeah, lobster's less good. But, I mean, all of these packs, if you can just detonate them all, definitely solid.
Alright, monster in a box, and this is our Giant Gloves reward.
Yeah, and this is kind of nice to have the preemptive on that too.
The Fun Dead group.
Yeah.
And ShaneZell not far behind. I mean, this is Basically a boss apart, really, is how I would describe it. Because if one boss is a jerk, you're not a part anymore. The descent to Kraken continues. Having picked up those giant slims, probably exclusively for the Chaos fight. Maybe Tia 2 as well. Other than that, I generally prefer to just go ahead and punch instead of doing too much buffing.
Can you imagine how much more brutal this run would be without quick saves?
Say that again?
Can you imagine how much more brutal this run would be without quick saves?
No.
Has anyone even tried to run no quick saves?
Sure, I mean, the auto saves wouldn't be terribly far off, but there's a couple of places where you just don't want it, like here before Kraken.
Yeah, that would be an absolute nightmare. There's some long floors where bad things can happen for sure.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier Waterfall was one of those, and then, of course, when there's chance of Warmech, you wouldn't really want to have to redo that whole floor again. Oh, we had a hype race just over a week ago, and we even got our first Warmech sighting in a race.
Oh boy.
Alright, so Kraken, we much prefer the ink to any actual attacking because it doesn't matter. Spam the thunders, get through the fight. Chat, you can always talk about Warmech when you're in chat. It's just when you rudder that you don't want it invoked.
Yeah, everyone can have bad luck but me.
So this for Thunderclaude should be the final time buying items, I believe. Still has to do Sky and Volcano. Also Melman, because you gotta translate the slab, of course. That's not something you want to forget.
Kraken trying to land 8 hits on a statue goes about as well as you would expect.
A critical item pickup here for Thunderclaude. This is going to be the complete heals pickups. There's 2 of them here in the Cardia Islands. One the Elixir, the other the X Potion, and Kraken down for ShaneZell. Chad asks, is it called Warmech or Death Machine in this version? Yes. And ShaneZell picked up that extra X potion earlier from the Tigers, so may skip one of these in the Cardia Islands. I wouldn't. I'd just take the backup. The fun one little Easter egg with Dr. Un that they changed here, and the best way to describe it is just try talking to him from every different direction in various runs. He's always going to shove you into that one spot.
So yeah, nearly an hour and a half into the run, and we are pretty close.
We still have Sky, Volcano, and of course Chaos Shrine to do. I wonder if ShaneZell will be different and take the south route just to give us variety. Well, he's going northwest instead of east, so okay, it's still a different direction.
Yeah, just mixing it up a little bit. Alright. Yeah, Thunder making real good time for this chime here.
That's really not surprising with these runners. I mean, they both had stuff go wrong, but they're just so good that they keep trucking and keep getting everything done that they need to get done. And chime, so less than a minute between the two here. With the translated slab, we were able, or Rosetta Stone, we were able to come over, get the chime, which allows us to enter the Mirage Tower. Things I learned this last week is, although we call it the Rosetta Stone, which is the proper first one that was ever found, there's like 14 of them. Like, they found multiple copies of the same one that is the Rosetta Stone.
Oh, I thought for a second it was like just a really big stone that was in like 14 pieces, like somebody dropped it.
No, it's just the one decree that's in the three languages, but they now found multiple copies of it, and it's like one of those things I just never heard of it until I did.
Oh goodness! All right, those sandworms know earthquake, so best to
Yeah, but we got 2 ribbons now. We're fine.
best to get moving on.
Sky, there's not a lot we need. There's a pro ring and a ribbon you can pick up. Ooh, Blue Dragon showing up for the bonus.
Yeah, that's one that's on the rare side.
Yeah, unfortunately out of the blizzard charges because this is a thunder enemy.
Yeah.
Thunderclaude burst in the sky proper.
Oh, another one. Okay, well.
This is the trap.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. Wow, even having them on that floor is pretty rare. Have 2 of them on that floor instead of this one is definitely rare.
All right, and then yeah, these formations can be pretty scary as well. Want to get rid of those knights ASAP.
So fun fact, the blue dragon is actually a repeatable enemy because you get the floor transition, but by now you just don't really care anymore. And even if with ribbons, the thunder blasts are still a thing.
The manticores are a nice snack as well. No big thing.
Alright, maze floor. And in chat, you know what time it is.
Ooh, double fighter is really tasty experience-wise too.
Another thing that's noteworthy, we touched on this earlier, but all this time that the monk is there as a statue, still getting experience and still getting level ups. But noticeable difference in HP for Thunderclaude, so they kind of flipped the script. ShaneZell got the mage roles, Thunderclaude got the black belt roles.
Yeah, and that makes a big difference, especially when you're looking to, you know, drop full heals on the monk for the chaos roulette.
That's pretty much how I beat Chaos the first time, is I planned it of, okay, let's bring a high-level monk so that whatever else he does, I'm ready for that. I think he still killed me the first time and I got in the second try. Equipment shuffle for Thunderclaude now with the black belt revived, of course, to do battle with Kraken. I'm sorry, Tiamat. We already dealt with Kraken. Now, the really nice thing about that extra HP for Thunderclaude is that Blaze comes out, and you're like, yeah, this is fine. Still reasonably fine. Need to finish it next hit, but
Yeah, well, just the empty swings definitely helped out a lot there.
the only downside is Thundercloud would have really liked the experience on the mages. Temporaries. Nobody panic, chat. We didn't miss a war mech. It's okay.
No Warmax today. Feels bad. But not for the runners.
Tournament, keep watching. I'm sure there'll be more war mech.
Alright, well, the volcano tends to be pretty darn quick, so...
A little slower in this version just because the steps in lava do count. So you'll usually get one as soon as you step off the lava from now on. As chat says, please do follow the runners. They're both great folks. ShaneZell has done, I think, every version of FF1, and we're even talking the MSX version of Final Fantasy 1. He does it all. Thunderclaude has done a lot of runs of this version of the game. He held world record for a good while. And of course, the lava, it does run off HP, so you want to be a little careful about how you're doing, but you could probably get away with just healing the monk until carries 4.
It's a little terrifying, especially, I mean, there's some more ambushes, and the ribbon's doing their job, but yeah, they were down to like 20-something at that point.
Yeah, but by now you've got the resources, you've got the Phoenix Downs, that even if you were just doing one person, it'd be fine. Can I just point out we're seeing all the rares, except for Warmech?
Yeah, I know, you usually never see the fire elementals either.
We also had the green dragon in Waterfall. We had the blue dragon random encounters show up in the sky.
Oh, does this mean we're gonna get iron goals?
Oh, I hope so. Somewhere out there, Forsyth hopes so too. He's always a fan of Iron Gold showing up.
Definitely a fun fight. You gotta think outside the box just a little bit.
Merilith down on Thunderclaude's side. That is the final boss.
Alright, time to finish the dive out here.
Final boss before the final dungeon, I guess I should clarify.
Yeah, and Shane not too far behind either. This has been a really close matchup, and definitely well within the odds of the Chaos Casino having an effect, so stay tuned.
I mean, Lich could still swing this. Lich, too, loves to fire off those flares. Will say it's nice to be Thunderclaude with that black belt HP, because that certainly means you'll survive a flare.
Yeah, that is some beefy HP for sure.
And these Fade Ray fights can do plenty of melee damage as well, but you're generally going to be able to get through them as long as your black belt stays alive. So I don't worry about that as much. Thunderclaude's still hoping for those good HP rolls on the last couple of levels you get here. As ShaneZell enters the Chaos Shrine. The fighter will just be staying as a statue the whole time. Not gonna be coming back.
Oof. Yeah, this is not a fun 3-pack, but it's a little better now that you have ribbons.
Honestly, it's more shocking that it was 3 instead of 4.
That was nice of the Phantom or the Death Eye to just punch the statue. There's our second full cure.
That's the third. It's the second elixir.
Oh, gotcha.
And then there was one X potion in the Cardia Islands as well. There is one more available here, but basically no one's going to get it because it's the fire floor and it's the one all the way out to the right.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a little much.
But yeah, you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and another random drop there from the enemies. I don't even know which drop that is at this point. Yeah, I guess theoretically you would get that potion maybe if you had come here having forgotten to do the Cardia Islands. But it is also a potential safety strat to try and make Chaos a little better, but not much. Oh, also, we finally used the loot that we got in, like, the first 5 minutes of the game.
You just do a little El Kabong on the plate there and move on.
As long as you do all the thinking around here.
Yeah, the sheer volume of like experience that you get in these fights going through the dungeon is ridiculous. So there are just some absolutely delicious formations, and then sometimes you just get a single Earth Elemental.
Yeah, who's just there and in the way. Honestly, on this floor, I wouldn't hate it if you ran away from everything, but I think in Thunderclaude's case, he's trying to force an extra couple of levels before the end, just to help that HP battle as much as he can. So not to trivialize the entire rest of the game, because mainly the fiends are not trivial, but there is a huge divide between the entire rest of the game and what you need for the chaos fight. And that divide is so great that you're basically always thinking about the chaos fight.
Yeah, this would be a much different run if it were Tiamat 2%, but yeah, the chaos fight is
It would be radically different if we only had to deal with 10,000 HP on Chaos.
yeah.
But that extra 10 to make it 20, that's a big difference.
There's the flare, yep.
But this should be fine, because even another one I don't think would kill the black belt. Alright, one lich down, the other about to start. Marilith is really right up Thunderclaude's alley here, because even if one of the black mages gets one shot, that's not going to stop you. Marilith's really not going to stop the black belt either. Ooh, nice AI from Lich so far for ShaneZell.
Yeah,
Really
just getting
great
yeah.
RNG there.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
To not see flare is as good as it gets, especially with how many turns we go through in that fight. And you just see it pop up all the time if you look for it, like Marilith missing right there. That fighter up there is doing exactly what we want him to do. He's keeping melee hits away from the people who matter.
Yeah, every damage or every hit that's soaked is just a wasted turn by these bosses, and we love wasted turns from the fiends.
One Marilith down, the other about to start. These two are delivering. They are keeping it interesting. So, water floor. Again, just a lot of enemies to get through. And then Kraken 2 awaits us. Who's usually okay to get through, but knows how to be miserable when the situation calls for it.
Yeah, and Marilith down for Shane, so keep it close.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how close they are for Kraken, but got enemy RNG along the way. I've not seen the enemies cast focus before. I did not expect a spotlight. I love it, but I did not see that one coming. That's the first time I've seen that one.
I mean, isn't that the legendary speedrunning phrase? That's never happened before. At least it was innocuous.
Oh, hilariously entertaining, in fact.
Alright, well, on Thunder's side, one mage gets absolutely obliterated, and then the other one is just holding in there.
If we hadn't gotten this random encounter, I think we'd have seen them both on here at the same time.
And Kraken down, but both mages down as well, so let's see if Shane gets a little bit better pattern here.
The one black mage doing okay on Thunderclaude's side.
That is not what you want to see.
Yeah, this is probably waited out, have Kraken kill you. And it's not good with the ribbons. You could maybe try Thunders instead, but I don't think you'd do enough damage.
Which is
I did say Kraken knows how to be miserable when Kraken wants to be miserable.
Yeah, because this is a wonderful pattern if the first turn doesn't happen the way it did. So, just, oh, you hate to see it.
But the quick save does put us right here to start over again. Got the haste off, that's good. Time to punch.
And now just one roadblock left for Thunder. But it's a big one.
And cracking down. That bought Thunder an extra wipe on Chaos. In comes a gap here.
Yeah, unless this Tiamat is basically free for Shane, this is it's a pretty hefty lead.
Alright, first time out with Chaos. This is where good runs go to die. So, there's a couple things you need to do. You need to get the black belt HP up. We're trying to max it, we're near. Then you gotta get haste up, you gotta get Giant's Gloves and Tempers on. Basically, you want to be punching for, at minimum, 3,500 HP. So we are really looking to buff this black belt. Garage is a great thing for Chaos to do before we've actually dealt any damage. Haste is unfortunate because if you get a melee hit from Chaos, you're going to die. Question chat, how many HP here? It's 20,000 for this Chaos. And here we go. The Fists of Fury.
Yeah, the setup was absolutely wonderful for this. The bodyguards are all down now, but the statue's doing its job.
Really just gotta hope for no melee hit, and GG, Thunderclaude.
Yeah, wow, that was, the mages lasted just long enough to get the full setup, and then it was just unleash the steamroller. GG.
Alright, here goes ShaneZell. That was as good as Chaos can get for you, really. I mean, to first try Chaos unto itself was a good thing, and by no means a guarantee.
Yeah, definitely a ruder pattern this time around, so back into the casino.
And this is where there is a definite difference between the two. ShaneZell has significantly less HP on that black belt. But again, the quick save's so nice instead of being outside the temple. HP is buffed up, but that's gonna... no. The abilities are OP. You really want Chaos to do spells, or better yet, attack the statue. By the way, official time for Thunderclaude of a 156.07. Thunder, GG.
Hey, thanks.
Casual first try Chaos, huh?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, that's super really lucky. Let's not sugarcoat. That was really lucky that Chaos was that nice. Matter of fact, I can't remember very many of them being that nice in my world record grinding that I was doing months ago. Like, that was probably one of the nicest Chaoses I had for a first try Chaos especially.
Attempt number 2 going here for ShaneZell. Kept it close, you're about a boss apart there.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I had talked to you about this, Trenton, before the race, but I'm used to racing like randomizers, and in randomizers you're not allowed to like watch the progress of your opponent. But in a game like this, it doesn't matter because you're not running a randomized seed where you're wanting info. You got the game in front of you, so you know you want to chill with your opponent, talk, watch the streams together that you're doing in the race. There's nothing wrong with that. So every time I had like a cutscene moment I would pop up the stream to see where he was. I noticed he was like right behind me the whole time.
Yeah, he didn't have to close out the game like you did. That's always unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the irritating part about this seed. Well, I'll let Shane kind of have his moment. I'll talk more about it when he's
Big
done.
hit there. Oh. Turner's not going to come. Ah.
Oh, man. That was close.
So if ShaneZell had gotten the turn order there, that would have been a complete heal, and
More than
Chaos
likely.
would have gone down.
Yeah, more than likely he would have had another hit or two and taken down Chaos with the full HP. That's really rough. But no, I was gonna say my early game was so annoying. Like, really annoying. Like, the whole inner sea portion was so bad for me. Like, I got some bad ocean encounters, couldn't get good money, had some deaths. The Astos wipe, I had to double try the Marsh Crown thing. I had to reload the game twice because after Astos wiped me the first time, I had to reload twice because the game doesn't recognize your PlayStation 5 controller inputs if you open up the game too fast after closing it, I've noticed.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where if you can take the death in battle, it's almost preferable. In fact, ShaneZell had to do that against Kraken 2, who one-shotted the black belt on the first turn.
Yikes. Oh, so he was doing, oh, never mind, Kraken 2. Yeah. Yeah, I had some just, like, my early game was not bad, but once I got out of Ice Cave, everything was, like, set into motion to, like, run the normal run, you know? Like, I didn't get any cactus encounters in Earth Cave, so I was going into Ice Cave without petrified characters, which swings your menuing around a little bit and takes up some more healing pots than you like to use, but I ran a more money-safe route, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Was there any thought process on, of all the people in the group, to face first? You're just gonna jump head first into facing ShaneZell?
Oh, you know,
The way it worked out.
yeah, it's just the way it worked out. I mentioned in our group chat of our pods or whatever, where everybody can talk to each other about scheduling. I said, hey, I'm open to schedule a match whenever, and Shane popped up right away and said, hey, I could do Wednesday. I was like, well, this is time I'm available. He's like, yeah, that works for me. I'll put it on the books. I'm like, great, cool. And, you know, Shane and I, the FF1 community itself isn't really that big of a community. Like, you kind of know all the runners in the NES versions and everything. We all kind of intertwine and talk to each other a little bit. So I've known Shane from running this game in FF1 a lot. So it's been nice to just have a buddy that, you know, pops in, you talk to once in a while, just to run a casual, fun race against.
Chaos is showing exactly what Chaos can do.
Yeah, Chaos, this is unfortunately not this is pretty normal, unfortunately. Like, I got really lucky with the one and done, but Chaos taking 4+ attempts is not uncommon. It's pretty normal. It sucks when it starts getting up to like 6, 7, or 8, and then you're feeling pretty bad. That's kind of unlucky. Yikes, man. So I ended up being like 3 or 4 levels higher than I normally would be running a speedrun of this, simply because the fact that I could not get my Black Mage to have more than 230 HP until the fight right before Kraken 2. I had to take so many extra fights that I would have just fleed from in a world record attempt run, and I was just starting to wonder, like, all right, with all these extra levels, am I even going to have the HP threshold to make Chaos a little safe, or is this going to be one of those runs?
You certainly got nice rolls on the black belt, at least.
Yeah, so that's the thing I noticed. Like, I noticed when I popped up Shane's stream, he was in Ice Cave. His Black Mage just had like 230 HP. I was like, what the heck? Both Black Mages. Mine are like at 160. But then I noticed my Black Belt's at like almost 400 HP, and his is in the 200s. I'm like, oh, so we got the best of both worlds going on. He gets the high HP Black Mages. I get the high HP Black Belt. We'll see which one plays more favorably, I guess.
Question in chat, when ShaneZell takes the extra steps, does that do anything? It's really just psychological. Okay, We need something different to happen, so let's just try doing something different.
Yeah, Shane comes from running the NES version really heavily, and the NES is very easy to manipulate the RNG of what encounter you're going to get and what, like, pattern of attacks and stuff you can get just by doing simple input movements like that. So it's probably just a carryover where he's feeling like he's got some bad luck going on, so hey, let me wiggle the character back and forth a little bit and see if it changes it up a little bit, the RNG.
I've done similar things in the past, too. Alright, good damage numbers here. Alright, survived that chaos hit, that's good. This is okay, losing that Black Mage is fine. We need 2 more hits.
He's very conservative with the high potions, which is good to be able to do that and then keep your full
That
heal
should do it.
for-
GG!
There it is, nice. GG Shane.
GG.
Yo, hey Edge, haven't heard you in a minute.
Yeah. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, can you take us through real quick deciding to do the petrification in an ice cave?
I wish it was a decision, but I just never got the Cockatrice encounters in Earth Cave, and I just never saw them. So I was like, okay, I guess we'll just get it in Ice Cave because it's kind of it's pretty common to see at least one Cockatrice pack. Then my super backup late plan was, okay, well we got the forced encounter in Waterfall or the forced chest for the Giant's Glove in the Sea Shrine, so at least I can make myself get an encounter. But man, it'd feel bad to do it that late.
Hey everybody, that was fun.
Hey Shane, how's it
Well,
going?
you showed us the gamut of what chaos can do.
Oh yeah, Chaos, I almost had him one time. Then he punched me for my whole health bar.
Yeah, you got some pretty rotten luck. Like I was saying as you're going, it's not too uncommon to go 4+ attempts for the Chaos clear on a speed run, but for you to go like 6, 7+, it feels really bad because that is getting into the unlucky range.
Yeah, that was the worst I had in a long time.
Yeah, I hate to tell you the bad news, but I had the one and done.
Yeah, I guessed by your time.
Yeah, I was
Once it
I was
was like-
telling them, like, we were neck and neck from what I saw pulling up the restream and watching where we both were. You were like
Yeah.
one screen behind me like the whole race.
My Lich split, I lost 5 minutes.
Wow, you would have been ahead of me then, because I had a terrible early game. I wiped to the Vampire twice. I wiped to the Crown Box. I wiped to Astos and had to reload my game twice because my controller inputs weren't being read. Like, I lost a lot of time on Inner Sea, and it just kind of kept bleeding over until finally in Ice Cave it started to speed up.
Yeah, my early game was kinda meh. I was 5 gold short of being able to use the Inn
Oh no.
at Provoca before the Pirates. And that kind of set me back a little bit in the early game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh,
Lich
yeah.
split, I got screwed. I didn't fight Cockatrice battle until like the very end of floor 3 of the second time through. And they petrified my whole party, and I had to redo the entire floor again.
I have had that happen in speedruns. I feel that pain, my dude. Yeah, I didn't see Cockatrices at all in Earth Cave. I actually got the 6-pack of Cockatrices and 3 mummies in Ice Cave that got me petrified pretty quick, though.
I did get an X potion drop for my first time ever in a speedrun.
Hey, look at that! I was wondering. I didn't even see tigers. I was wondering if I was going to get one. That's huge.
It gave me a gold Oxyel split.
Nice. Yeah, because that makes... Yeah, because I double dipped. I went to Cardia and got both the elixir and the X potion from the different entrances.
No, I didn't go there at all. I was like, I'm skipping this. I need to save some time
Yeah,
in
no,
my
that's
ocean of red.
That's a huge time save when you get that chance. Good for you.
But yeah, well, good game.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm losing to anyone, it better be you.
Hey, man, like I said in the room, I've been rusty. I haven't really ran this game for a while, so I was surprised to get a sub 2 myself.
I could have easily had a sub 2. Actually, I could have been on a PB pace if Earth Cave didn't screw me over.
Right, it sounds like if you had the just good luck on Chaos and you never had like a bad wipe situation early game, you could have like a 150 flat, which would have been really nice.
Yep, that would have been good, but...
And the
Not
Kraken
to be.
too.
Oh yeah, Kraken 2 was screwing me. All he did was punch my guys down.
Yeah, that's he said they took out your black belt. He punched my black mages down. He didn't touch my black belt.
I had to farm extra XP because my monk barely had 300 HP at the Temple of Fiends.
I was talking about that while you were doing your chaos attempts. You had the black mages with huge HP. Like you were in
Yes.
Ice Cave and they had 230 plus. I had black mages that had less than 200 HP. I had one that had 240 HP when I entered Temple of Fiends and the one at 200. I had to take fights all the way through Kraken 2's floor, and right before Kraken 2, my 200 HP black mage shot up to like 240 or something. But my black belt was at like 500 HP because I was like 3 or 4 levels higher than I normally am in a speedrun, and he just had good HP growth the whole time.
One of my black mages had like 97 HP at the pirate battle.
Yeah, I had one at 70 and then one at 50, and then it just never really shot up after that. They were both really low. They were both at like barely 130 for Lich, I think. And that's taking a lot of extra fights, like a whole level extra or so.
Yeah, I took a ton of extra fights in the end game because my monk had no hit points. My black mages were ahead of him.
Yeah, normally I would like flee from like all the Growth Sharks in Sea Shrine. I'd flee from just about everything in Sky, and I'd flee from everything in Topher. I didn't flee from one thing. I fought every fight I took because I needed that much EXP to get that black mage's HP up. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I could feel you. I fought almost everything just to get my monk's hit points up. The black mages didn't worry me the whole run.
Right.
It was crazy. Yeah, well, even at Chaos, you just expect your mages to die. The problem was he just kept spamming his skills on me.
Yeah.
He would just use Tornado and Cyclone, Tsunami, whatever.
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky. He opened up with a Blaze, which was not so good, and then it was just like punching the statue multiple times, and then using Haste, using Karagon and stuff before I started damage. Like, he just gave my black mages so many turns to stay alive and buff my black belt. It was pretty nice.
Oh, you saw my Chaos fights. They were...
Yep.
They were excellent. I haven't had that bad of a Chaos attempt in a while.
Hey, I haven't had that good of a Chaos attempt in a while, so hey, look at this. Total opposites.
Well, the downside about having this hype at the start of things is we don't have this one to look forward to, but you gave us a great show tonight. We appreciate it.
Hey,
yeah,
this is a game with tons of RNG. You never know how good the matches are going to look, just depending on what the game wants to throw at each runner, you know?
I mean, a runner who's got slower average times could have great luck, while one who's got faster times is poor luck, and it's an even race. You never know. I mean, Thunder's PB's 10 minutes faster than mine, and apparently we were neck and neck.
Right, that's just how the game goes.
By the way, for folks who would like to see more, next race is tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, Nash versus Steve. That'll be on, hopefully, one of the SpeedGaming channels. No channel assigned right now, but 3 o'clock tomorrow if you want to see more. ShaneZell, any final thoughts?
Make sure to save more, people. You don't want to redo the entire Earth Cave Floor 3. That's the worst feeling. The longest floor, like, in the entire game.
I actually had a momentary pause on the return trip, and I was like, oh no, I hope this save isn't as pre-Vampire save.
Yeah, I always save after Vampire. But my second time through, I don't save the whole run. Because it's generally pretty safe. Unless the cockatrices just petrify your whole team.
Thunder, any final thoughts?
No, I kind of covered everything I thought about. It's been really fun. It's nice to run this in it feels like a very casual, relaxed, fun tournament. It's not like people are being like super competitive and, you know, trying to get at each other's game, you know, and kind of mind game or anything. It's just been real casual, setting up the races already and just kind of casually talking in our group and having fun with it. And honestly, it's really nice to see that we have so many runners in this game now that we can run a tournament that's a decent size like this. I think, we got like 12 entrances or so. Like, it's pretty good.
It's a decent little turnout for this game, and hope more people will check out the Pixel Remaster version. Of course, it's on Steam. You can get it, you can have fun. I promise. There's fun to be had. Right, Edge?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of nice quality of life improvements. and then some more RNG. So definitely a different feeling speedrun if you're used to the other versions for sure.
It is pretty safe to learn, that's for sure. Even
Yeah,
though
it's-
anything can take you out, it's easy to pick up and still get something under 3 hours, and just every time you play it, you're cutting
Mhm.
off.
Yeah, it's more like an adaptability thing and a muscle memory build for like your menus, but there's nothing complicated tech-wise. Like there's no crazy tricks you have to like get really good at in practice. You just run the game and get more adaptable with it and faster thinking with it as you do more and more, you know, and figure out what you can cut out and what you can't cut out.
Well, again, thank you, ShaneZell and Thunderclaude, for giving us a great race. Edge, thank you for chilling out with me here the last couple hours. Thank you, chat, and everybody, please have a great night.